They say when you scratch a cow under the neck, like this, that it makes your heart soft. The highest activity is service that is performed without expecting anything in return. That's called devotional service, called bhakti. So serving cows trains you in this art, in the art of serving and not expecting anything back. Come on. That's it. Come on. He's getting a good workout though, huh?
Yes.
We can take him across the street. Okay, come over here. Come over here. When the cows are treated properly, they become very happy and peaceful. And that peacefulness and happiness, one becomes infected with it, right? One becomes affected by the atmosphere in which he lives. So if cows are happy, then one also becomes happy. And the milk that you get from the cows is very good for your health. But if the cow is in anxiety, like say in commercial dairies, the cows are exploited. They're given many injections with chemicals to help them, or rather to enhance the milk production. And their calves are taken away from them. And so they live like in a prison, like in a torture chamber. You know, they don't have a clean place. They're treated like machines. They're treated like milk machines. And so they're always in anxiety. They do not get to execute their instinctive impulses. They don't get to live the way that they're meant to live. And they become fully anxious. And all that anxiety goes into the milk. It goes into the meat. It goes into the skin. And if the cow is killed, or if you drink milk that is commercially produced, it doesn't have, it has a negative effect. That's why people say, you know, milk may be harmful. Well, it is if it's from unhappy cows or tortured cows. They, just like in ourselves, if a person is put in a prison and tortured, then you know, his whole attitude, his health, everything deteriorates. So similarly with cows, if they're mistreated and exploited, then their byproducts are also negative. They have a negative effect on us. So this is the great defect in the Western abuse of cows. It's actually, you know, let's say they keep cows to get milk and then they sell the milk in commercial supermarkets. It actually has a bad effect on people. And what to speak if they kill the cow and they make hamburgers out of the meat and so on. This has a very horrible effect on one's health. So many like cancer and so many other diseases are connected with eating food that is produced from violence. So it is very. It is a great. It is a great foolishness to try to live by exploiting other people or other animals, exploiting others. If you create harm for others, the harm comes back to you. This is the law of the universe. You know, as you sow, so shall you reap. If you do good, good comes back to you. If you do evil, then evil comes back to you.
He's an active young man.
And you can see it doesn't have a bad smell. You show me any animal that's you get the stool, the dung of any animal, and you put it in your nose, and you won't be able to smell it. But this smells. You come and smell it. The 5 products of the cow, which means the urine, the dung, the milk, the ghee, which is clarified butter, and yogurt, which is made from milk also. These 5 things are used in various rituals in the temples. And actually without these 5 things, many of our practices cannot be performed. So the cow is special in that respect. Now go, now you go, now you go, now you go, now you go. It's the cow is special in that respect, and also in the respect of maintaining us. In other words, if one has a little bit of land and a few cows, then one can actually survive very easily in this life. One can get them from the dung from the cow, one can fertilize the land and plant vegetables, and the bull can plow, and we can get milk, butter, and all the things required for a simple living and religious life. Not for urban modern technological life, but for simple life, living in harmony with the earth and in tune with God. So the cow, therefore, Krishna, in our scriptures, he shows how to live very simply with the cow, and he explained that he's very pleased when the cows are pleased. And so therefore we protect cows for the purpose of pleasing Krishna. We don't protect them because we want milk, although we get milk, but we protect them simply because it is pleasing to the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. The purpose of human life is to please God. And while God can be pleased in many ways, however you feel inclined to please Him, then we should look towards the scriptures to find out what pleases God, and then dedicate ourselves to His pleasure. So again, what we've done here in Vrindavan, a few of us, not a few of us, but many of us have decided to dedicate ourselves to pleasing God by protecting cows. And so that's why we do it. Although God can be pleased in many other ways and many other places, we are not saying that it is exclusively the best way, but some of us just prefer serving in that way. Actually, it is explained in our scriptures that the very best way to please God is just simply by reciting His names, singing His names. So that we also do. But we've taken on the responsibility of maintaining cows for their whole life and trying to make them happy for their whole life. This is Sri Govinda. He is sponsored by the temple president of New York City.
Oh.
They have deities of Radha Govinda, and this is Sri Govinda. He's a nice bull who was born here. See, one thing is, you can see that if cows are treated with devotion, if cows are treated with affection, they become pets. They become very much like a pet. And so it makes it's a very rewarding activity. Cow protection is a very rewarding activity. It makes you feel well. It makes you feel happy inside, and it's actually a training ground for bhakti, for devotion. Because what makes one happy is performing work with devotion.
Devotion, you mean with love?
With love, yeah. Devotion, love. Whatever we do, we should do it with devotion, with love. Like you like to make films, right? So you're using your talent in the service of the cows. You're making a film about cow protection. Or what you're doing is you're creating films that will increase people's awareness about how wonderful cows are.
Yeah, this is my goal, but yes.
That's a very good way to serve. So in this way, everyone who has a certain talent, they can offer it in a way that is beneficial. You don't have to, it's not only, money doesn't make the project what it is. It helps, but mostly it's the devotion of the people involved that makes it a place where people feel love, devotion. And that's what attracts us, because all of us are looking for devotion. All of us are looking for love. So when they see it, wherever we see it, then we're naturally attracted there.